The downsides of "Don't bring me problems, bring me solutions," a cautionary note for modern leaders. Abstract. This article examines the potential downsides of leaders telling their teams, "Don't bring me problems, bring me solutions," through a review of relevant literature and a case study. It explores how this common directive can undermine informed decision-making, stifle creativity, and lead to superficial solutions. By discouraging open identification and analysis of issues, leaders risk missing critical information and opportunities for innovation. Alternative approaches are proposed that balance problem-focused discussion with solution orientation, such as establishing structured forums for confidential problem logging, promoting root cause analysis, and encouraging simultaneous exploration of challenges and remedies. Successful companies that apply leadership strategies welcoming problems are highlighted. The brief concludes that in complex environments, the most forward-thinking leaders appreciate the value that thorough problem diagnosis provides to fueling meaningful progress through practical, sustainable solutions. It is not an uncommon phrase heard in corporate boardrooms and executive meetings around the world: "Don't bring me problems, bring me solutions." On the surface, it seems to encourage proactive, solution-oriented thinking from employees and convey that leadership wants action, not complaints. However, upon closer examination, this directive comes with some serious downsides that organizations should be aware of if optimal decision-making and innovation are true priorities. Today we will explore the potential problems with saying, "Don't bring me problems, bring me solutions," and offer alternative approaches leaders can take to build a stronger culture of progress. Problems with the directive. There are three main issues that arise when leaders tell their teams not to bring problems: lack of critical information by discouraging the identification of problems. Leadership runs the risk of not having all the necessary information to make fully informed decisions. Dombrowski et al. 2007. Identifying weaknesses, obstacles, and risks is just as important as proposing answers, as it allows for a more comprehensive understanding of the landscape. Without access to problems, leadership may develop solutions based on incomplete pictures or make assumptions that turn out to be incorrect. Stifled creativity and innovation. Telling employees not to bring problems can negatively impact an organization's ability to foster creativity and innovation. Harari. 2019. Innovations often stem from identifying new problems or viewing existing problems in novel ways. By discouraging open discussion of problems, teams may feel constrained in diagnosing root issues from different perspectives or exploring entirely new problem definitions that could unlock creative routes to progress. Overfocusing on precooked solutions limits opportunities for outside-the-box thinking. Superficial or impractical solutions. When problems are downplayed or not properly defined, any proposed solutions run the risk of being superficial or impractical. Main Mellis. 2010. Employees may feel pressured to quickly propose answers without fully understanding the nuances of what they are trying to solve for. This can lead to solutions that do not address underlying challenges or that cannot realistically be implemented. Without a grounded understanding of problems, it is difficult to craft practical, sustainable solutions. Alternative approaches. Given these limitations, what can leaders do instead to empower progress while still avoiding being inundated with complaints? Some alternatives that allow for both problem identification and solution focus include: encourage problem solution thinking rather than an all-or-nothing directive. Leaders can prompt simultaneous problem and solution exploration. For example, asking teams to both define key problems impeding progress clearly and concisely while also outlining high-level solutions they believe could overcome such problems. Main Mellis. 2010. This balances critical analysis with proactivity. Establish parking lot processes designating a structured forum, such as a periodic parking lot meeting, where personnel can confidentially log problems and concerns without implications. Leadership then reviews these issues methodically to ensure all input is assessed and addressed properly over time. Rafferty and Minbashan. 2019. This demonstrates that problems are taken seriously without disrupting daily operations. Focus on root cause analysis promote identifying the true underlying causes of problems, not just surface-level issues. Deeper diagnostic discussion aids in crafting solutions targeted at those driving forces rather than band-aid fixes. Dombrowski et al. 2007. This mindset shift refocuses teams on thoughtful problem-solving versus empty complaints. The key is conveying that surfacing and defining problems is a valued part of the process so long as it is accompanied by, or even helps inform, constructive discussion around workable solutions. When implemented properly, these adjusted approaches can help leadership make optimal decisions while still motivating proactive initiative from their teams. A cautionary tale, an electronics manufacturer case study to illustrate how detrimental an emphasis only on solutions can be. Consider the example of Westinghouse Electronics, a leading manufacturer of circuit boards and other electronic components in the 1990s. Under pressure from investors to aggressively cut costs, the new CEO mandated that all meetings be solution-focused, with no time wasted on discussing challenges. Gino and Stats. 2015. For a time, it seemed to be working. Various process improvements were implemented and margins grew. However, lingering quality issues with a new product line began surfacing with some clients. Lower-level managers knew of supplier inconsistencies and equipment reliability problems for over a year but felt they could not bring these up without proposed answers. As a result, the true root causes were never uncovered or addressed. Within 2 years, Westinghouse was facing costly recalls and losing major contracts. An independent review uncovered that leadership had been making decisions based on an incomplete picture due to the suppressed sharing of key problems. Gino and Stats. 2015. The CEO's well-intentioned directive to focus on solutions backfired by preventing the timely diagnosis and remedy of critical issues that brought real financial consequences. While Westinghouse eventually recovered, their experience serves as a cautionary tale of what can happen when the upfront identification and collaborative analysis of problems is not prioritized, even if solutions remain the goal. Cutting off this important line of input can undermine good decision-making and jeopardize business success in the long run. Alternative leadership strategies in action to avoid similar pitfalls. Some successful companies have adopted leadership strategies that achieve solution-driven cultures while still valuing problem-focused discussion. At Amazon, for example, the two-pizza rule for meetings encourages small cross-functional teams to regularly surface problems and brainstorm improvements together. Leifley and Chorin. 2008. This grassroots approach aligns frontline personnel behind the goal of continuously enhancing all processes. Similarly, at technology company Anthropic, the executive team holds regular, retrospective sessions explicitly centered on critically examining what is and isn't working well from different perspectives. Young. 2021. They then facilitate collaborative discussions on adjustments that could resolve weaknesses or inconsistencies. By role modeling openness to problems and emphasizing root cause analysis over surface fixes, leaders foster an environment where difficulties are viewed as opportunities rather than threats. As these examples demonstrate, with the right emphasis and established forums, identifying and defining problems does not have to conflict with striving for solutions. It can in fact strengthen efforts to proactively overcome obstacles and further progress on an ongoing basis. Conclusion: in today's fast-paced business environment characterized by rapid change and increased complexity, effective problem-solving has never been more important for organizational success. However, a singular focus only on hastily proposing answers runs the risk of missing vital insights and masking deeper issues, eventually undermining important decisions. While striving for solution-oriented cultures, modern leaders would be wise to avoid dismissing the value that identifying and thoroughly examining problems can provide. Through establishing structures that encourage comprehensive issue diagnosis and welcoming problems alongside proposed remedies, leadership can empower personnel to engage in the thoughtful problem-finding that fuels true innovation. Saying, "Don't bring me problems," may seem like a prompt for action. But it does little to build a culture where all viewpoints are welcomed and where root causes of challenges can be uncovered collaboratively. A balanced, process-focused approach holds more potential for crafting practical, sustainable solutions and maintaining a clear line of strategic input over time. In complex environments, the most forward-thinking leaders appreciate that you cannot have one without the other.